Zaidi, a pleasure to have you. This is wonderful.
Thank you very much.
We're learning about the Siddur, we're learning about the Jewish prayer book. We spend a lot of time with the prayer book, so it makes sense to know a little bit what we're doing. And we're specifically working on the section before Shema that we say every single day. And we have been learning that this is all about love. Love of the Torah. We love the Torah. And how much Hashem loves us. And we want Torah. So we mentioned last time about having our eyes be filled with light. We mentioned V'hoyer einenu b'seirasecha. Let my eyes be filled with the light of your Torah. I want to add one point to that, is that when we ask God, make my eyes fill with light, what are we also saying? We're saying that I have a whole bunch of limbs. I've got legs, I've got hands, I've got eyeballs, I've got a nose. There's many different ways to use those limbs. A person could use his legs to run to mitzvahs, or he could use them to run to
the left turn,
the hard left, the wrong direction. He could use his nose to smell things that are very pleasant and beautiful fragrances and make a bracha, or to smell very foul odors, bad things. It's smelling bad things is not good for a person. To smell like really stinky bad things, it's not good. My eyes also. My eyes are a vessel. I want to use my eyes. If I use my eyes to look at not, the nicest things, is that a parachute? Kind of looks like that. If I use my eyes for not nice things, so then this vessel is a bit contaminated. So I want to use my eyes for good things. So v'hoyer einenu b'seirasecha, we're saying, Hashem, let my eyes be eyes that could be filled with the light of your Torah. I want to have light streaming out of my eyes, and I can do that by using my eyes for good things, making my eyes a receptacle for good things, as opposed to looking at not nice things and all sadly, the ugliness of the world. I want my eyes to be receptacles for good things. So that's really hinting to every single thing, all the limbs. Yeah, we can go on. And we're saying, Hashem, I want to have my heart so connected to the learning, so connected to the light also of the mitzvahs, of the halacha, that, look at the language here, everything that I'm learning with like excitement. Every mitzvah that I'm doing, dabek libeinu, I'm like, your heart is a place of emotion, right? The heart is a very lebedik, we say. Lebedik means in saying it's alive. The Yiddish, the leib. The leib is, he's a lebediker, he's alive. Lebedik. It's a good word, right? Lebedik. It's freilich, lebedik, it's alive. So when the heart is alive, so I want my mitzvahs to be alive. I want my hand washing to be alive. My tefillin to be alive. And I'm putting on tefillin and I'm just like, yeah, okay. So some people say when they wear a tallis in the morning, it's a bit of a problem because they wake up out of bed, they're like, davening. They put the tallis over their head, it's like back under the bed covers. It's like right back to bed. What is that? It's not lebedik. You woke up. You're alive. I'm alive. So that's what it means, v'dabek libeinu, that I want my mitzvahs to be done with tremendous cheshik, lebedik, excitement. So you have to ask Hashem for that. It doesn't just come. You have to say, oh, my tefillin thus far wasn't filled with this excitement. Hashem, please help it be filled with this excitement. It's good, right? Afternoon Seder. We have afternoon Seder. Okay, we're covering the materials, I guess, learning the, Hilchos Boyer. You're doing Boyer, Alex?
We're doing
Bishul?
Shabbos, yeah.
Hilchos Shabbos.
Bishul, yeah.
I'm learning the technical laws of not cooking on the Sabbath. Okay, I guess we got to go through the materials. How much is cooking? What if you cook it halfway? What if it's already fully cooked? Can I cook it more? Is caramelizing an onion after it's fully cooked called cooking? So we're covering the material. But am I alive with it? Do I have a v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvahs? Am I learning the Torah with this is life? And we go on. The Yavitz adds one more intention here. When you say v'dabek libeinu mitzvahs, means I want to be so connected to the truth of Torah, to the life of Torah, that I'm not distracted by anything else in the world. Anything. Bzz. Sorry guys, what was that? Oh, oops, sorry, yeah. How many guys had buzzes in their pockets since we started 5 minutes ago? Yeah, like everybody, right? Boom! Thank the good Lord. It's crazy, right? As we're trying to learn, we're just bzz, again. And then you know what happens? Then I become basically who is this guy who's distracting me and he won't stop yapping away because I've got important stuff to check over here. And he just won't stop talking. And he notices if I'm going down for the peak. And it's just what is this? Hey, let me get back to real life already. So I become just a distraction from real life. But what we're asking Hashem for is, let me be so connected to the Torah that that is the real life. This is the real world. You know what you guys do in the world to come? Bennett, you want to know?
Mm-hmm. Party all day.
Yeah. What kind of party?
God party.
What kind of God? What kind of party is God into?
Hopefully, I don't know, the most fun ever, forever.
So yeah. That's all accurate. That's all accurate.
The most fun ever, forever.
Yeah. That is it. That is it. That's yes. Most fun ever, forever. That's it. So, so where do we go with that? Water park. Just thinking that, right?
Crazy that you said that.
Okay.
I was like, water park the first day.
So you know what? I know it sounds wild.
When wild.
Whoa, damn.
It is.
That's the second day.
The God party is learning God's infinite wisdom forever. All day.
There's something
forever.
we cannot do there. Mitzvot, right?
So there's no mitzvahs up there except learning. We learn all day. You learn all day. Learning meaning you go and learn the wisdom of how God thinks forever. What content do you have to work with? Whatever you learn down here in this world. Whatever you learn in this world. And the mitzvahs allow you to experience that light. Up there, your food is your Torah learning, and your clothing is your mitzvahs. You want to be louied out up there? You got some tefillin on. Do tzedakah. Your clothing is your mitzvahs, and what you live on is the Torah for eternity. The Torah that you learned, that's going to be the content base that you're going to have, and then you're going to go into that Torah learning for eternity. That's why the Chassidim, especially, we push people to try to learn the whole Torah at least, to see everything. Because then in the world to come, you're going to go deeper into everything. The mitzvahs allow you to actually handle the light. Talk about the light is the Torah. The mitzvahs are the vessels that give you allow you to hold that light of the Torah. To experience it without just,
Sounds great.
Sounds great, right?
Sounds great.
Yes, exactly. But sunscreen has its own issues. But let's call it a very healthy version of that. A very healthy version of that. Okay? So we're davening for this. We're saying, please Hashem, I want this. I want this experience. I want to really, really, really have Torah in a way that I already am feeling the light of it here. Not only when I get up there. And the Torah explodes with excitement up there, and I see it for what it is. But even down here, I want to feel it.
Sounds Levitic.
Levitic, very good. That's what we're talking about. It's Levitic. And then we go on. V'yached levavenu, and this is beautiful. Yached levavenu means I want to have everyone that I'm praying with. I want that our hearts should all be unified in this beautiful experience. It's no longer just the Moshe Chaim experience. It's not just the Bennett experience. It's not just the Joshua experience. It's we are all speaking to God, and let us all unify our heart in this experience. Like the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai, that we all became one, Ke'ish echad b'lev echad. We're asking Hashem, let me let down my barriers and my blockages. Let me be a note in the symphony. And let it be one grand symphony. V'yached levavenu. This is very powerful. We all want to be unified in our prayer to God. And I could be asking for what I'm asking and feeling what I'm feeling, and you're feeling what you're feeling, but we're all one in this. So, is the Torah into inclusivity and multiculturalism? We are the mega pro-inclusivity and diversity. Everyone has their role together. And we're all in this together with God. It'd be great if somebody ran like under the 2024 presidential with that, like all unified for God. What are the odds?
Not in America.
Let's hope, hope for good things.
We can try though. Yeah.
So that's what we're doing here, is we're trying to create unity consciousness. Real unity consciousness, that I want to be unified with all the people here. And I accept that everyone has their own role in this, and we're totally unified. That's v'yached levavenu. It also means in my own heart. Remember, we spoke earlier that you have two chambers, there's two sides of the heart. V'yached levavenu means I want my positive, my good inclination, my Yetzer Tov, and my Yetzer Hara, everything to be unified for you, Hashem. It's interesting also, what's the Hebrew word for a community? Anybody know? Kehila is one word. There's another word for like a tzibur. A tzibur. The tzibur. Like the shaliach tzibur is the one who makes the prayer. He's the representative on behalf of the whole community. He's with the people. He's of the people, with the people, for the people. So the shaliach tzibur. So tzibur is an acronym. You know what tzibur stands for? I would write it on the board, but the board is looking lebedik right now. So tzibur is an acronym for, what's the first letter of tzibur? Tzadi. Tzadi stands for tzadik. So every community has the tzadik, the totally righteous. The next letter is beis. Stands for Beinoni, the average person. And Reish is Russia. Yeah. Those that aren't yet so, Russia means, not exactly with the program yet. A Rasha.
No yud in there?
There's no yud. Tzibur. If you want to make with a tzi, you can put a chirik. So tzibur means tzadik beinoni v'rasha. Somebody, you have the whole community. The whole community is different types of people. I'll tell you a famous story from the Baal Shem Tov. That there was one time a couple that came to the Baal Shem Tov and they said, we don't have any children. And we're begging and begging, please, for children. We're begging. And the Baal Shem said, I looked up to heaven and I see all the gates are closed. Everything is locked. But Rebbe, please, storm the gates. We need children. We're so many years without children. Please, storm the gates, Rebbe. So he said, I tried, but the gates are locked. I said, please, Rebbe, please, just do anything you can. He said, come back tomorrow. I'll let you know. The Baal Shem Tov asked for his gabbai to come over, his representative, and he told his gabbai, he said, can you please go get the following 10 people for me? So the gabbai looked at this list and said, Rebbe, this is like a bit of a sketchy group of individuals. The Rebbe, I said, please get these people. Okay? They bring these 10 Yiddelas to the Baal Shem Tov. And these were the biggest thieves and bandits in the town. And the Baal Shem told them, he said, okay, Rabbi Yisrael, Ma'ariv, let's daven. A Yid is a Yid, it's time for Ma'ariv. Let's daven. He takes out Sidurim, they daven Ma'ariv. The next day the couple comes back. And the Baal Shem Tov says to the couple, you're going to have a boy in 9 months. They said, Rebbe, you said all the gates were locked. I don't understand. Now, how did you open them up? He said, last night I davened Ma'ariv with 10 of the biggest thieves and bandits in the world. And thieves sometimes have a way of picking the lock. So, even if I couldn't get in, sometimes you got to bring thieves. They know how to get in. So something, the Russia, it's not, everyone has a role in the community. This reminded me of a story, a true story, happened here in Eretz Yisrael, that there was a person who made a commitment, like a binding commitment, that he would only daven with a minyan for a year. And he would never miss a minyan, and that was it. And he was someone becoming religious, but he made it like nothing to talk about. It's fine. So it happened. So he would get off like flights and make sure that, like, if the one that he would organize things. He was a very busy person, but make sure that he was in places there was always a minyan. 10 Yidden to daven in a minyan. And there was one time he was in Eretz Yisrael and something happened and he got held up and with mitzvahs things, and he just literally went. It was late at night and he realized that I might miss. Bless you. I might miss this minyan. He went to the hotel. Nobody's davening. He went different, places where there's always a minyan. Zechar Moshe, like nobody's there. And he realized like this is not good. So he called a cab company. He called the Jewish cab company and he said, I need 9 cabs. So he said, just make sure that they're Yidden. So they all come there like ready for some party or something, like, take everybody home, and all of a sudden there's 10 secular, non-religious cab drivers, and they come there and they're like, where's the party? He's like, oh, no, it's just me. He's like, keep your meters on. You guys daven Ma'ariv yet? They're like, no. It's like, I'm taking out Sidurim. I need to daven Ma'ariv with a minyan. Can you please, for me, we daven Ma'ariv. I took this as a merit for a family member. There was some big story why he had to make sure that he was going to do it. Not surprisingly, a lot of them had their own kippahs in their glove compartments, and they had sidders there. He took them out and they davened Ma'ariv. At the end of the minyan, so he said, okay, thank you guys so much for this, and just let me know what the price is. So every one of them said, we're not charging you a penny. This was so moving that you did this for us. I'm so thankful. Thank you for that. You gave us so much more than the 100 shekels that we were going to charge. V'yached levavenu. V'yached levavenu. Bring us together. Tzibur, tzaddik, beinani, v'rasha, every type of yid, every type of person in humanity. Bring everybody together. Everybody together. Uleyira es shemecha. Yached levavenu. Le'ava leyira shemecha. That I want to be connected, we'll speak about this more tomorrow, to your name, Hashem. Your name means the way that you express in this world. Your name. The name is the way that you interact with us in this world. We want to have a real relationship with you in this world. L'man loy nevoish, v'loy nikalem, v'loy nikosha li'olam v'od. And then the tefillah says, basically 3 languages, that if I don't get this straight, there's going to be eternal embarrassment. Some level like, I just missed it. And this is what I have to show for it. Like, it's done, and this is what I achieved. There's a feeling like, oh, sometimes a person gets this like at the end of a year. Let's say he went to learn somewhere, or at the end of a college career or something, and like, it's like the, the graduation, and he's sort of looking around and like, it's like what do I have to show for myself? Like, I was always the goofball, and I like goofed off, and like he's like looking around, like people really changed their life and were successful and stuff, and he's just like, probably shouldn't have just like went to bars for 4 years. So there's that's like a mini moment of what happens at the end, and we don't want that. So here's the formula that never happens. We should be Zaycha Mamish to today have Mashiach, today have the Beis HaMikdash, have the light of the Torah shining within us through all the mitzvahs. B'mher v'yameinu, amen. Have a wonderful day. Kol Tuv. Thank you, Zaidi, for being here.